Hey, ladies. Okay, hopping on. I love like on my end when somebody jumps on. Hey, Brittany, can you hear me? Y'all, I feel like my mother-in-law is on this call. No, it's not. Oh my gosh, Emma, where I saw you pop up, sometimes it's really weird, but people get notifications that have been in my groups previously. They get notifications that there's like a call. So sometimes like my mom will hop on, my mother-in-law will hop on. I'm like, what are y'all doing in here? And they were like, I don't even know. So anyway, it's just really funny to me. So this is going to be a little bit of a different type of call because you guys are macro gangstas now and y'all know what you're doing. And so, hey, so I kind of want to hear from you. Like, I want to hear how you're feeling, any questions that you have, any thoughts that you have. You can unmute yourself and just kind of ask or comment what you're thinking, what you're feeling. I'm really, really personally very excited about the fact that that the Faster Way to Fat Loss has changed the way that they are running these groups. So you guys are literally the first, y'all are like paving the way where you're the first returning client group that has been separate from new clients. And y'all, I am loving this. There's kind of been two trains of thought in that sometimes people have said, well, it's been really nice to have the returning clients in the same round as new clients because it's helpful to share information. And that some people have had resistance to that, but I actually love it because y'all have been able to just like hit the ground running. You are already knowing exactly what to do. And so I feel like it is going to progress you further along in your journey more quickly than when we kind of get bogged down with some of me answering the same questions like in a new client group. I feel like it's just amped up the accountability and the consistency with y'all. So that's super, super exciting to me. And so just side note, in case you want to know, the new rounds, new clients and returning clients, like the information for the 6-week program never really changed if you were a new client or a returning client. And so now y'all have your own portal, your own workouts, and different information that you learn each day. So I'm really, really, really excited about it. So I'm not going to go through the information that I typically would on a normal, regular week 1 call. I know that it really stinks because I know a lot of people are working right now and can't really hop on. So I just want to know from y'all anything you want to ask, anything you want to share, any questions you have, anything you're curious about, and kind of do like a little bit of more of a working call. And then I'll kind of hit on some housekeeping items toward the end. So is there anyone that would like to say anything or ask anything? What you'll do is you'll find your little button and it'll just say unmute. And you're thinking, no, gosh, I'm like in my bathrobe brushing my teeth. I'm not showing myself or talking on here. Okay, so Jenny, you have unmuted. What would you like to say?
I'm trying to think of something.
Oh. Well, let me just say who you are, first of all. So guys, this is Jenny Ashton, and Jenny lives in, what part of New York are you in?
I'm in the Hudson Valley. I'm about an hour north of New York City.
Okay, perfect. And y'all, Jenny is actually in the process of getting her certification as a Faster Way to Fat Loss coach, and will be launching her own round of the Faster Way to Fat Loss when?
I'm planning December 31st.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So that's exciting. So, okay. And what questions do you have or what kind of?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I'm working on for myself for this round is I want to pre-plan meals more.
Okay.
I was so busy this last 6 weeks that I kind of, I would pre-plan like just each day. I kind of scramble each morning to pre-plan, and it makes such a big difference when the meals are already there.
Yes.
So I'm trying to pre-plan a little bit more this time and be a little more organized with that.
That is great. And y'all, and I haven't talked about this on a call before. But if you do, some of you aren't even on Instagram or Facebook, so you wouldn't know that I do this. But one thing that helps me, and you may say, oh, Amberly, I have a much better system than that. If so, type it in the comments of this video later and let us all know what that is. or maybe this will be helpful to you, but I actually look at my MyFitnessPal app on the Saturday or Sunday when I'm already meal planning for the family and making a grocery list. And I kind of go through on my Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. I don't plan out Saturdays and Sundays really because those are kind of up in the air. But if you can just get 5 days a week pre-planned, you're going to be ahead of the game. And so, and I do the same things over and over. Like I am the most unfancy, I'm like a recovering fast food junkie. So, I don't have to be a gourmet chef. We are all gifted in different areas. Like I know, for example, you, Jenny, are like really good at, and Emily as well, very good at meal planning and just prepping and just kind of doing different things. Hang on one second. This video is weird. But anyway, so I will take my MyFitnessPal and I typically do mostly the same things on Mondays or Tuesdays. And I will plan out what I'm doing, mostly just my lunches and my snacks, because I always know what that's going to be. So I'll go ahead and put that in for each day. Then I look through, or I may go ahead and make a list of what my dinners are going to be for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, typically. And then some of them involve a recipe. And remember when the MyFitnessPal crashed, I lost all my recipes, just an FYI. Yeah. And so I don't know if that happened to Emily. I didn't ask her because I know that, and I need to find out from Emily how. I know that you can make your recipes public. And she's really good at that kind of stuff. Nobody really wants my recipes, so it hasn't really been something I've looked into, but I do want to look into that because I know that her husband can use the recipes that she's put in. So I'm trying to figure that out. If you're on here, Emily, and you want to unmute yourself and tell us, that would be fabulous. But, oh wait, we got a comment down here in the chat. Oh my gosh. So Debbie says, hey all, fell off the wagon badly this past week with family visiting. I need some words of encouragement. My mindset is not in a good place. Girl, friend, it is like instantaneous. Like you don't have to look back at last week. I literally want you to look at 12 o'clock today and decide what you're going to have and how it's going to be on plan. Like if you need to do eggs, bacon, and some avocado, like all I want you to think about right now is what you're going to eat at noon. And that's going to shift your mindset. We're not going to think about last week because really and truly, y'all, with the Faster Way to Fat Loss, like I've had off weeks. I've had off days. I've had off snacks. I've had off meals. Like I am not perfect at, y'all hear that? Dixie, I am not perfect at this lifestyle. I mean, this is something that is sustainable long-term, because it is something that is manageable and that you can fall off of and jump back on. I'm going to get her out of here. Dixie, come here. Dixie, come. She's sitting on my daughter's bed, looking out the window and sees a little doggy friend and cannot handle it. Now I've got to also close the blinds. So anyway, it is definitely something that you just start back over. It's not like a Whole30, where you say, oh my gosh, now I've got to, go and do all this for the next week, or it's really just the next day, the next meal, the next snack. And that is where the mindset shift comes. So please, please, please be encouraged that you're in the right place and you're doing the right thing. And just the fact that you are recognizing that your mindset is off is the first place to be. Dixie, come. As y'all know, obviously, like that's part of like my whole recovery ministry is sometimes we spend so much time trying to fix what we're anxious about, or trying to fix what we're depressed about, or trying to fix what we don't like, that we don't just take a second to say, you know what, I'm feeling really anxious right now. Or you know what, I feel really negative right now. Or I feel, oh my gosh, y'all. Or I feel very upset. So the first step is always to own what you're struggling with. So if you can own that your mindset's not in a good place, that alone sometimes can be what fixes the mindset. It's saying, oh, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. And you can't sometimes fix it right away. That makes it grow and grow and grow. So right now we're just going to think on the next right thing. Okay. So, oh yay, it helps. Woohoo. It helps. I'm so excited. Okay. Okay. So back to what Jenny was saying what I was saying as far as the pre-planning goes is write out kind of what you think your dinners are going to be. Your basic snacks throughout the week are probably going to stay pretty much the same. If y'all want to start, not right now, but each, in the daily thread, you don't have to post just macros. Go ahead and share like, hey, here's the snacks I'm having today, or hey, here's the dinner I'm having today. Share the recipe, help each other out, because this is going to build what you do when this session ends to keep you accountable and sustainable and mix things up for yourself, So then I'll take it and I'll plan out my macros in MyFitnessPal, really just those 4 days. I plan out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday all day, and typically Friday breakfast and lunch. And then my weekends are usually, I don't know what's going on yet. So if you could just get those things done, sometimes we're so overwhelmed thinking it's got to be the 7 days that we're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. And so you're just kind of like in the moment catching up. So if you can at least just get 4 to 5 days fully planned out in MyFitnessPal, and now that and I don't know if y'all noticed this, but now that you're not having to spend so much time prep week 1, week 2, figuring out what in the heck you're doing, now you're smooth sailing because you are literally, kind of how it works. And now you're really just kind of streamlining some things to keep you successful, as Jenny just mentioned with the pre-planning. So I hope that kind of helps to look at it, plan it out a little bit in MyFitnessPal, put in your recipes if you need to for the week. And it literally can be done in an hour. And I know you're thinking an hour, I hardly have like a minute on a Sunday, but really and truly, once you kind of get in, and then I don't know if y'all know this, but you can go back in your diary like weeks and weeks back and say, what did I have this week? Just copy it. Just repeat it. Don't like try to make yourself crazy with thinking, oh, I've got to figure out macros with everything being different. Like, surely you don't need that much variety. We're just eating for fuel at this point. So, okay, so that's that. Oh, and then after I've gone through MyFitnessPal and kind of looked at everything, then I make my grocery list. And I actually use ClickList with Kroger. I don't know if you have any grocery delivery services you can use or however you need to streamline it, but I have literally not gone grocery shopping and I don't even know how long. But Jana, I do have it on my to-do list to go to Trader Joe's and do a little haul for y'all. I just am trying to think of when I'm going to do that because I actually need some of myself. I need some of the riced cauliflower, the fried rice cauliflower, because even Bray likes it. So that's huge. Okay, so does anybody else have anything they want to ask or share? Or I heard somebody go unmuted. Who is it? Did somebody unmute themselves? Whew, that was loud. Okay.
It was me.
Oh, Emily, hey.
I'm here. I'm just trying to I was getting dressed before.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Nobody needs to see that.
No, time out. While you're saying that, in case people didn't catch this on the last call, this person's no longer in any of our groups, so we can say this. Y'all, one time, the reason why I tell you to turn off your video or lay your phone down if you're on your phone when we're having one of these calls, sometimes people just kind of listen in. Y'all know we had a lady go TT in the potty. I think it was TT in the potty. And it was just on the phone. And I sometimes don't see everybody, so I didn't even know it was happening at first. Oh my gosh, y'all. So anyway, so Emily and I now are very, very careful. When I'm on a call, for my Faster Way to Fat Loss coach groups, or, oh my gosh, all these things that are going off, it's making me nuts. So we are very, very careful now. And it's also something that just kind of, brings a little entertainment to our days. Sometimes
we laugh
back on that. Yeah.
We laugh.
But we would never laugh at y'all. Never. So,
I was just going to say, sometimes I do enter the recipes. Sometimes if it's easier, I just break down what I know is in something and list out the various ingredients. But there is a way that you can share. So if I usually will, you can text the actual entry from MyFitnessPal to someone else. Some of you guys are nodding your heads. You know how to do that. So that's what I'll do. If I'm putting in something for dinner, I'll just send it to my husband and then he can enter it straight. And you can even choose, sometimes I'll have my muffin, but he doesn't have the muffin. So I'll just delete that when I send my entry to him and he can plug it straight in for himself. So that's on my to-do list, is to go in and enter several different recipes, including Brittany. Did you ask me for the lasagna recipe? Who asked me for that?
I think it was Julie.
So that's on my list to actually enter it in today. I'm gonna try to do that today, but because most of the time I just break down the ingredients. That's easier for me.
So, but you can only text it. It's not something we could share with the group as a whole.
No, I think you can. I don't know how you would send it to Facebook. I'm gonna see. I don't I'm just not sure what. Sorry, I'm waiting for it to load this phone.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. Who's that?
Brittany. So how do you do that? Because I need to send recipes to John. He still doesn't really know how to do this in his house. So how do you do that?
All right. So I'll show you right now. I'm in my food diary. I'll go to my dinner tonight. Can you guys even see that at all? I'm going to go to my dinner tonight, and there is at the very bottom that add food and then the 3 little dots. So I'm going to choose share, and there's like a bunch of options that pop up. The very last one is share via message. You can also save the meal or copy it, but I just choose share via message, and then everything pops up, and I can tick off what I don't want to share or leave it. I'm going to send this to you, Brittany, so you can see right now what I'm doing. And it opens into your text. Now, this is on an iPhone, so it may be different if you have an Android. But I just sent it to Brittany, and she's going to get the list of everything that I'm eating. Can you see that? Plus, you see it? I don't even know. What am I having? Oh, I'm having salad tonight.
I know. I'm like, nobody really wants my thing. It's like bag salad, chicken tenders.
That's actually what this is tonight. But yeah.
I love everything you make because it's so easy.
I know. Do y'all think I should write some kind of like easy cookbook and like?
Yes, because I hate complicated and I don't like to cook, but your stuff is so easy.
Oh, and it's repeated. It would just be like one thing, like, hey, just do this 28 days in a row. Okay, anyway.
So anyways, that's how you share. You can share a recipe that way too, or you can make a recipe public. But I think you have to enter the recipe on the online MyFitnessPal in order to make it public.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I've not figured out how to do that on my phone.
So Emily, with the Modern Homemade meal plan thing, are hers public now? She was having a really, really hard time.
If you search, there will be, like if you search Modern Homemade, or I tagged all mine MH, probably 15 things will come up. And almost always they're similar. So like people have made them public. I haven't searched one of hers in a while because they're in my phone now. Like they're in my history logs. I haven't had to search for them.
Okay.
If she didn't make them public, a lot of people had posted them.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so y'all, let us know, especially if you're watching this replay later, type it in the comments. Like, I want to know, because this returning round is completely different. I mean, you are ready. We are not kind of being bogged down with the people that are just now starting to learn. So we want to know how we can help you and how we can support you and how we can make this next 6 weeks I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? Help me, somebody. Just how we can support you and help your process be even better. That's what we want to know. So let us know if you can think of anything. So Debbie says, a good recipe for sugar-free hot chocolate for the supposedly snowy weather this weekend. Wait, what? We're getting snow this weekend? Okay, my dad, he'll be texting me about it soon. Wait and see. He'll be like, we're getting bad weather this weekend. Y'all need to make sure your heat's working, got your filters changed. Okay, so I had no idea. So Emily says hot milk plus cocoa powder plus some stevia and peppermint extract or cinnamon, just to guess. That would be good. What do y'all like? Jenny's good at stuff like this. Jenny, what kind of sugar substitute do you use if someone doesn't like stevia?
To be honest, I don't use any sugar substitutes.
Okay. Do you use sugar at all?
No.
Okay. So if you were going to do some hot cocoa, what would you do?
I'm trying to think because I haven't done that in a long time, but on
the spot, don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Think about it.
If I want to sweeten anything, it's usually with fruit or just something natural or a tiny bit of maple syrup or a tiny bit of honey. I'm not really afraid of maple syrup and honey because I would rather have something natural than have a little bit of something unnatural. So,
So Debbie, I feel like you should do a little Google search for us and put it in our page later. for people that want it. Like, I think that's super, super helpful. Jana always says the monk fruit, and oh my, that is crazy, Emily, that they're calling it that. Okay. And then it tastes like the most like sugar, and it doesn't have a weird aftertaste. So that's good. I have not tried it myself either. Okay. So anything else that y'all are kind of thinking through? I do want to remind y'all as you're thinking through things, and then let me know. You can just unmute yourself and interrupt me. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I do want to remind you guys, for any of you who are really and truly like loving this process and loving being part of the Faster Way to Fat Loss community, that when you share this program with other people, I like pay you cash dollars through PayPal. Not like I don't hand deliver bills, but I do pay you through PayPal. So it's a great opportunity to spread this lifestyle, share, and help me grow my business. Because, and I don't know, does anybody know that Emily is actually now a certified Faster Way to Fat Loss coach, which we're like so excited about also. I'm so excited. And Jenny and Emily both are going to be able to experience what like literally makes me cry on a daily basis, is when lives and hearts and minds and just perspectives and things are being transformed daily. Like, it truly, truly, truly is a rewarding thing to be on this side of the fence, and to share this and to encourage y'all and to watch something finally find something that, even if you say, oh my gosh, well, I probably won't ever be, or maybe I'm not ever going to be this size that I want. This dog's driving me crazy, by the way. I'm never going to, I have a friend who is in VIP, y'all, and she has not lost a ton of weight, but she says, Amberly, I don't even care if I ever lose any weight or ever see this like body composition change that I was anticipating. She was like, this just keeps me accountable to knowing that I'm eating the right way and taking care of my body. So we all have, hey, Julie, you just hopping on. We all have different journeys. And I just love when it becomes more about the journey of health and taking care of yourself, and just constantly learning and making and enhancing this lifestyle for yourself in different steps and in different phases, whether it's figuring out how to add recipes to MyFitnessPal, or finding better sugar substitutes that you like, or whatever is, and is just, sorry, I lost my train of thought. There was a comment that came on. Hold on, I'll address that in a second. What was I saying? It really does become more about the process and the journey and not the destination. So I just want you to keep that in mind, even if you feel like, oh my gosh, well, Amberly, I do love this lifestyle, but I'm really not where I want to be. So I don't feel like I can share this with people because I don't know if this is actually working for me or where I want to be. You absolutely can. And just say, you've found something that feel like is the missing piece to the puzzle of understanding nutrition and living in a way that's sustainable. I mean, what are your other options at this point? You're not going to want to do keto. That's too restrictive. You can't Whole30. That's too restrictive. You don't want to paleo. That's too restrictive. So we sometimes just have to accept that this is the healthiest thing, and in time it will get me where I want to be. So that's that. Okay. So, Jana sent a website. Is it Lily? Is that how they pronounce it? Lily? Okay. Lily Eats and Tells is a great website to check out because she has tons of recipes and they are all on MyFitnessPal already. That is amazing. Okay, great. So do you mind to post that also? Because these comments don't show up when I do the replay. Do you mind to post that just in the thread for today? I think everybody would love that. And that's the thing, y'all, is I'm not an expert. You don't have to be an expert to live this lifestyle. So I'm not an expert. I'm not the person that is going to say, here is my lovely meal plan. Here is this, that, and the other. I am so advanced in alternative sugar substitutes or alternative milk substitutes, or I make my pizza sauce homemade from scratch. Never will that be me. Okay. I used to try to be that person. And that was a big, humongous failure of my self-esteem and downward spiral in my life. I can't live that way. But you can be gifted in the way that you want to enhance this journey for yourselves and or share it with other people. You can find these resources on your own and share them with us. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Okay. Yes, Debbie, the exercises will change this round. And have. So, okay. I don't even know who messaged me this privately. It doesn't tell me your name. So I hate to be a Debbie Downer, not seeing results like I had hoped, only 2 inches lost. Can you tell me what I'm doing wrong? I'm working out, fasting, and occasional wine. I still want to lose up to 7 inches. So I don't know who that came from. So I don't know what your history is like from the past, but I do want Emily to jump on and give us a little reminder and kind of what her journey was like in just 1 minute. But I also don't know what occasional wine is, but this is actually going out in my next newsletter, and I will probably be doing a live call on this just on Instagram or Facebook for y'all. But let's talk about alcohol for a second, because here's the deal. Like, I have 5 kids. I do have rosé, but I do want us to all be aware that alcohol is going to stall fat loss, because your body is working to burn the alcohol and not the fat when you drink the alcohol. So I'm not saying I'm not going to drink the alcohol, but I am going to limit and I'm going to program it in. And let me find where I have kind of some of the specifics here about alcohol. So here's the deal. Alcohol is technically the 4th macronutrient in that it counts almost as high in calories as a fat macro, which is 7 calories per gram. All right. So alcohol metabolism trumps all the other metabolism in the body. So if you're doing all the things to encourage body fat loss, drinking alcohol will halt all fat metabolism during and for a few hours after that last drink. So with that said, like, don't be afraid to enjoy a drink or two on occasion, because after all, like, we're creating a sustainable practical lifestyle. But the recommendations on drinking any form of alcohol should basically be summed up by saying, try your best to drink with meals or on a day where you have more calories and macros to spend, essentially, and log the alcohol just like you would food, so you can increase your like mindfulness and awareness around it in general. But yes, alcohol will 100% stop your fat burning. There's no judgment for me on that. Like I said, 5 kids equals rosé, throughout the, but typically I'm typically going to save my alcohol or my rosé for, I probably only drink twice a week. And that's like at the like high end of the spectrum. Like, I have weeks where like I never have a sip of alcohol. So, but I am a little bit mindful of it on a regular macro day as well. So I hope that answers your question. And if it, in addition to the whole alcohol situation, it could seriously be like, we have spent so many years destroying our metabolism by under eating and over exercising, especially as it relates to cardio, that it can take some time for your body to transition. Like I said, I have people who love this lifestyle, love knowing that they're actually fueling their body in a way that's sustainable and feel like they've tried everything else out there, and this makes the most sense and makes them have the most energy and feel the happiest and most confident about what they're doing. And it has taken them 2 or 3 months to transition. So don't give up just yet. But Emily, will you go ahead and kind of share what your first round looked like and then what your second round, and then you've been in it, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So December, 9 months now is how long you've been living this way. Can you talk through that a little bit?
Sure. So my first round, and I don't know where my paper is. I could get it out so I'm just going to have to remember the numbers. But I lost a few pounds. I lost a few inches. I felt great. But I think I love carbs. I had never cut out carbs completely, and I ate a lot of carbs, and I did not eat a lot of protein. So that shifting that balance, I think that first round, my body was a little bit in shock. Like, what are you doing to me? And it just took that amount of time for my body to even adjust to eating more protein and working out the way that I was working out. So I have told Amberly, like, I probably would not have signed up for a second round, except I was already signed up. I had gotten on one night and did it. And then I took my measurements and I was like, oh, I can't believe I'm going to do this again. Like, there was one girl in my first round, y'all, that lost 19 inches in our round. And I was like, I'm like hanging out like 3.5 or 4 and feeling like a total loser. But I realized I was feeling a lot better. I really was looking different. My clothes were fitting better. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give this another chance. And then in my second round, it was kind of like a skyrocket. There was 1 week I lost an inch around my waist in 1 week, and put on a pair of pajama pants one night, and they literally like slid off to the floor, and my husband and I just started laughing so hard. So it was a big change really fast. I lost a good amount of inches, and I think I lost 10 pounds in that second round. And then since then I have lost, so that was February, March, April. So starting in May, I've lost basically 5 pounds since May, just very, very slow, steady. And I've lost another like 12 to 14 inches. So clearly my body is changing, but that number on the scale is not going down. And I think it took my body a little longer to kind of transition to that fat burner. And that escalated a lot in my second round. And then since then, I've seen myself build more and more lean muscle mass. Even my son the other day came over and like kind of grabbed my arm and he was like, whoa, what is that? What is that under there? I was like, that's my muscle. He was like, oh my goodness, I've never felt that before. That's amazing. So I am still seeing results and still seeing changes, but it's more with the muscle that's being built than and fat still is being. I'm still losing inches around my waist. I've lost double-digit inches around my waist, and my waist is still getting smaller. So that feels really good. I like that.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Does anybody else have a question? Emma, it says you have raised your hand. Was that an accident, or did you want to say something? You did not raise your hand. Okay. Okay, perfect. So does anybody else have anything they want to ask or share? Or, okay, Jenny, did you unmute? Okay, cool.
I just wanted to mention one other thing that I found really interesting when you were talking about the alcohol, when I was going over the curriculum for the coaching. Mm-hmm. I made a note that it takes 10 hours to process the alcohol in one standard drink.
Okay.
And during those 10 hours, fat burning is completely halted.
Okay.
So, it's obviously a choice. It's something, it's up to you, but just be aware that you are stopping fat burning for most of your day with one drink.
Yeah.
So that was really good to keep in mind. And so they mentioned if we are going to have a drink, have it on leg day. And that way at least, we've got more fat burning going on from our heavy workout. And then the other thing I want to mention for the person who felt that they haven't seen any results with inches is make sure you take pictures. Also take those before and after pictures, because sometimes, obviously the scale lies and doesn't tell the whole story. With my first round, I only lost, I think, not even 2 pounds. And I did all my measurements, inches wise, I lost 6.5 inches, I think it was. So it's good, but it's not like, it doesn't sound like, whoa, I lost 19 inches like some people. But when I took my pictures and I showed my husband the before and afters, he was totally speechless.
Oh my gosh. I haven't seen your before and afters, by the way.
I have to figure out how to format them.
Oh, just send them to me and I can do that for you. Don't worry about that.
So yeah, it's really noticeable. So sometimes, and he said he was speechless because not just that they were so dramatic, but he said, you don't really notice when I see you every day. You don't really, he said, I kind of noticed, but I really didn't realize how much of a difference there was.
And love is so blind anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you bringing that up because I'm about to put Brittany on the spot here. So Brittany didn't even really join the program necessarily to lose a bunch of weight. She doesn't have a bunch of weight to lose, period. She was having a little bit of FOMO and wanted to know what it was all about, really. But so Brittany lost 0 pounds, and I actually am going to post her before and after on Instagram and Facebook. Maybe today, I haven't decided what day. Lost 0 pounds, but you lost what, 6 inches? Brittany, 6 inches? Yeah.
I lost 5.5 inches.
5.5. Okay. Well, I don't mind rounding that up.
Like my calf muscle. I'm like an inch off my calf.
That is crazy. Uh-huh. Okay. So
my calf, my thighs, I mean, it was really interesting. I was kind of bloated yesterday, so my waist, I did not lose any. But I wonder if, you know, I may have lost like a little bit more around my waist, but I was really bloated feeling. So maybe that, sometimes it pretty much stayed the same around my waist.
But your before and after picture, to
they
me,
look different.
They really, really do. And it was a 0 pound weight difference.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought that was really cool. So y'all, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram,
and that's the thing is like before I started doing this program, I mean, I'm a runner. I love to run. And right now I have children that stay home, so I can't run outside. So I literally like at least 3 to 4 days a week would run an hour on the treadmill. At least like 4.5 to 5 miles. And then I would do body pump, which is like the Les Mills, weightlifting class, like 2 or 3 times a week. And I'm like, I'm doing all this and I'm not seeing any changes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and I really am working out a lot less than what I was doing, an hour every day on the treadmill.
Well, I'm super excited to see kind of what your second round looks like for you, because all of our journeys are different. Our bodies are different. Our metabolisms are different. We come with a bit different background. Like it's just going to all be different. And so like, that's why I keep saying it becomes more about the journey than it does really the destination, and just really taking care of yourself. So I am trying actually to upgrade our something is wrong. We're about to like run out of time in 3 minutes. So I'm going to kind of finish this up. If anybody has any last minute questions or comments, and just let us know how we can serve you and how we can answer your questions and best support you. Feel free to leave that in the comments under this if you're watching it later. And we're just going to kind of keep doing what you're doing. I know some of you are meeting your macros like right on target. So you may notice in the next couple of weeks that you're finding yourself feeling hungrier and feeling like you can't make it through your fasting window. That's the perfect time to say, hey, Emily, hey, Amberly, hey, Jenny, even, because she can help you with this. She'll be able to help you with this too. Like, I think it's time for me to adjust your macros. We'll walk you through that. Or, you may have not been able, I had someone that was a returning client last session. Her whole first session, y'all, she was still just under eating. That second session, she's meeting her macros because that she's tricked her body. She's changed it. She's switched things up. She's now feeling the hunger. And so that will probably start happening to some of you guys this second session as well. So just kind of keep us posted on that. Remember the macro, I don't even know what the name of it is, the guide that kind of talks you through what it looks like for how and when to adjust those macros. And we can help you with that as well. So anyway, y'all, I guess that is all. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm really just so excited for y'all. I love this group. It is going so well. It's really fun to just be able to jump right back in during that technical prep week for those of you who were in that round or just starting off fresh for week 1. It's just really cool to move further in this round, just starting off right away. So I hope y'all have a super fabulous day. And let us know what you need, ladies. I'm going to take am I going to be able to take a picture real fast before we go? Yikes, that thing hurts my ear every single time, but I can't turn down the volume on my computer without muting y'all. So I basically just like lose my hearing every 5 seconds when I get a notification. Okay, so y'all have a great day, and we will talk to you soon, ladies. Bye.